Hi, heathens. So I'm gonna kind of make up some of this look as I go, but there are a few products I definitely want to use, and I want to bring in the spooky time. So I know I already did a video like this, but this one's gonna be a little bit different. So just bear with me because I'm just gonna throw stuff on my face in this one, and there's a few things that I want to showcase because I love Halloween, I love October, I love fall. We don't get a whole lot of fall here. So I kind of want to bring that vibe in since I can't truly have it. So I should have already grabbed this palette, but in classic me fashion, I did not. But I'm going to be using for my base, this is the Revolution Forever Dynamic little mini palette in the, I was going to say shade, but it's the ebony one. So we're going to go kind of deep, but I have something I want to put on top that I think is really going to make it pop. And I'm very excited because I haven't used it in a long time on camera. And it's like one of my favorite palettes that I own. Not this, but the other one. So I really want to kind of showcase it again because it, like I said, it's been a minute. So I'm just going to take a very large fluffy brush and run it around. How do y'all find the energy to wash brushes regularly? Just being honest with you, I don't have it in me. I'm gonna go in with, I have the little thing, this shade here, which is Silks. I'm gonna try to keep that little sheet, but I make no promises. So the next time you see me use this, I may not know the shade names because it doesn't say it on it and they're not on the back. They give you a little paper insert or plastic insert, and I guess they just expect you to keep track of it. With some palettes that have a little plastic insert and no shade names, I tape it to the top like I did with my Profusion and Morphe palettes. But I wouldn't want to do it with this one because even though this palette is so small and really, really affordable, it comes with a mirror. Sorry, there was a hair on my finger that kept tickling my nose. So I don't want to tape it over the mirror because I feel like that's just counterintuitive. I wish there was some kind of marker that could work well on a palette because I would try to write them in. Not that I have a whole lot of space in here, but, you know, what's the alternative other than just not knowing the shade names? You know what I mean? There's a string on the brush too. I'm going to take a little bit of this gray shade before I go into the next shade and sweep it underneath the outer half of my eye just for a little definition. And then I'm going to find a small, maybe. Do I have any small little kind of tight brushes? Not that are the shape I want. Okay. We're gonna go with this one and see how it goes. No, we're not. It's not dense enough for what I want. Okay. We're gonna go with this one to lay it down, and then I'm gonna go in with a fluffy one to take it and blend. Whew, it's been a long day. I'm gonna go in with the black shade, which is apparently called Silver. I think this thing might be a little confused, but if I put it back over it, it's definitely what it says over the black shade. If anyone has this, let me know if I'm wrong. Did mine come with like backwards names? So I'm just tapping in, then I'm gonna tap off. It's kind of hard to see. Okay. This is manageable. I'm just going to take this mostly just over the lid, and I am just tapping with this brush. I'm not doing any kind of blending or anything like that. I'm just depositing the pigment from the brush to my eyelid. And it's looking a little messy, but we're gonna trust the process. We're gonna trust the process. Okay? Trust the process. I don't know if I'm telling you or if I'm telling me, but that's what we gotta do. Because, you know me, if it doesn't come out, I'm gonna find a way to make it work. So, same thing on this eye. I'm just patting that pigmentation down, trying to get them as even initially as possible. I mean, obviously I want them to stay even, but it's going to be a lot easier to try to get them even if they start out even. I'm going to build it up a little bit because I'm afraid with this shade that when I start trying to blend it, it's going to start to blend out. And I still want my lids to be mostly black. So I'm going to put that brush right there. And I'm going to take this brush that I was hesitant to use because if you can see, it's a little like flimsy. I'm just going to gently tap into the black, getting just a teeny bit on the brush. And then I'm going to take that and go right around the outside of that black. I don't know if it's going to pick up on camera, but there is a little bit where it's kind of started to blend away, which is what I was afraid of. But this will at least soften that edge right along the top. And then I've got some on the side that I don't want, like right on the corner. So what I'm going to do is take a makeup wipe and just even that out. Get a nice little sharp edge there. Now, what I'm going to do is take my Platinum Hits Volume 2 palette. This is from IndiBeat Cosmetics. If y'all are not familiar with the brand or this palette, you're missing out. But also, I will leave a code down below. It is an affiliate code, so if you're not comfortable using that, I get it. Where you can get a percentage off on the IndiBeat Cosmetics website. But look at this palette. Tell me that's not one of the prettiest things you've ever seen. So they're all duochromes. But anyway, I'm going to be using it for the shade, well, 2 shades. But for the shade Poker Face on my lid over that black, which the camera really does not do these shades justice. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see the shift on my finger at all. But we're going to put it. Do you see the magic of that? So I'm going to put that on the lid and try to blend it out as best as I can without moving around a lot of that shadow. So it has like a really strong green reflect over this black, which there is definitely a green reflect in it, but on this black, that's the primary color that you're gonna see. I think these are so cool over like very, not necessarily even just pigmented shades, but over very strong shades because they transform. And Platinum Hits Volume 1 does the same, but like this palette has the white duochromes at the top, which I think is so cool. So I'm going to take that one, I was going to say the white one, which is God's Plan. And again, you probably won't be able to see it on my finger So I'm just going to put it on the inner corner and look at what that does. Okay. I'm telling you, you're missing out. This is what I was saying is one of my favorite palettes ever. Because I just cannot get over the formula of these. They are so nice. Okay. I'm not sponsored by them. I have the affiliate code, but they never asked me to put them in a video or anything like that. So I want to go ahead and put that disclaimer out there. So I'm going to tap back into that Revolution palette, and I'm going to take a like small angled brush and tap into the black. And then I'm going to bring that tightly against the lower lash line, going all the way in to touch that inner corner highlight. And I'm going to obviously do that on both sides. Let's say I'm going to do that on both sides, but that should be obvious since I said I wanted my eyes to match. There's still a little bit of highlighter from earlier on that side. Get that little dot. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and put on mascara because I feel like my eyes are looking a little weird with such a strong eye look and no mascara. So I'm going to use the Wander Beauty Mile High Club. And I feel like I've said this before. I absolutely love all the mascaras that I've tried from Wander Beauty. And I feel like they were getting so much unnecessary hate when they, like, especially first started showing up in subscription boxes because they were in them a lot. And I heard a lot of people talking about how tired they were of seeing Wander Beauty products. I've always been pretty excited because pretty much everything I've used by them, off the top of my head, I can't think of anything I've used that I really didn't like. I can think of a palette, or a small palette that I did not keep. It was really nice. I just didn't see myself reaching for it for the shades that were in it. But, I mean, there have been a few things that I didn't keep that I gave away. But it didn't mean that they were bad. I just didn't need them. Or in one case, I had duplicates. Actually, the Wander Beauty foundation is also really, really good. I really didn't mean for this video to become a hype train for every product that I'm using, but, like, obviously, unless it's a first impressions or, you know, if I were to ever do a full face of products I hate, I'm typically not going to use a product in a video like this that I don't like. So I'm kind of accidentally talking them up anyway. So I feel like my eyes look a lot better now. They don't look as sunken. I feel like dark eyeshadow kind of makes my eyes look weird if I don't have eyeshadow on. I mean, mascara on. Now, I'm going to go in with highlighter. I'm not doing foundation for this video. The highlighter I have is from KVD Beauty back when it was Kat Von D, which is the Alchemist Holographic palette. And again, it is these like iridescent highlighters and eye powders. So I'm going to be using the green one, which is Emerald, because I feel like the funness of green, it says Halloween to me. I don't know. So I tap off the excess and just take that up the face. Like, does that not scream Halloween to you? I absolutely love using like strange colored highlighters all the time, especially when they're subtle enough that I can kind of pull it off at work, which I feel like from the front this one is, but the second I turn my head, she's green, which again, I love, but may not be the most work appropriate. All right, I'm going to do my brows real quick And I'm going to be using the... No, let's go in with this one. This is the Kosas Air Brow in the shade Taupe. There was a while where I thought that word was pronounced top because I had never heard anyone say it. I see a lot of TikToks actually where it's people talking about words that you probably don't know how to pronounce correctly because you've only seen them written and never spoken. And it's kind of funny to me to hear which words they choose, because I've definitely heard people say words incorrectly because they haven't heard them said. But some of these words I'm like, I don't know that I've ever heard anyone pronounce them incorrectly. But I'm like, I want to know what books y'all are reading, you know? Speaking of, does anyone have any good book recommendations? Because I'm trying to get back into reading, and I have a bookshelf full, but I'm always up for new ideas. All right, I'm going to reach behind you. Sorry, you wiggled. And I'm going to get the ColourPop Hocus Pocus collab lip in Hello Boys. Hello Boys is more like it, but I feel like saying it like that makes me sound silly. So it's just got a doe foot. A doe foot, yeah, duh. I'm going to try to apply this really neatly, but I don't have... Yeah, I don't have a black lip liner. I was thinking of using eyeliner. That's why I paused for a second. But I don't know if any of my lip liners or if any of my eyeliners would be smooth enough, and I don't want to use a different color. So let's go in. Wish me luck. See, it's already messy down there. We'll clean it up in a second. Got some on my upper lip, but not on my teeth. So we're going the right direction. You know, we're going to leave it at that before I make it any worse, because it could already be a lot worse. Making sure I don't I got it on my teeth. Got it on my teeth. This is a trick that I've seen. You take your finger and it gets off some of the excess that's around the inside of the mouth, so that you hopefully don't get as much on your teeth. Clearly that's not going to work out for me. Clean out this auto. It's so soft, but it's also very creamy. It is not going to just stay in place. This is one that you wouldn't want to be kissing up on someone wearing, because it's going to come off on them. I don't know, maybe you want to kiss up on someone wearing it because it's going to come off on them. But be aware, it's going to come off on them. So let's take down the hair and see the full look. Maybe take down the hair. The hair's kind of stuck. All right. So this is the full look. I feel like this is such a good, in my opinion, I keep feeling like I'm getting lipstick on my teeth again. Such a good Halloween look, or, you know, spooky season. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to see more of my content. It means everything to see that subscriber count go up and know that y'all are enjoying my videos because I love making them. And that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Maybe.